All right, we're back for language, third grade, and we are going to be going back and reviewing some things that we haven't reviewed probably in a little while, because we've been talking about our dictionary skills, alphabetical, putting words in alphabetical order, all of those good things. And then the books that we can use to help us reference, to get more information and all of that. But we're going to go back to looking at our sentences and reviewing the parts of speech and figuring out how to mark those sentences correctly, because that's something we don't want to forget. We definitely want to remember and do correctly. So looking at the first sentence, I want you to look and tell me the nouns that are in that sentence. That's all we're going to look for, is just on nouns for that sentence. So starting at the beginning, it says, my younger brother drank a large glass of cool water. Obviously, brother is our noun. Water is our noun. Is that it? Are those the only nouns? Okay. Oh, I hear somebody screaming at me. Glass. Glass is a thing, okay? It's a noun as well. Now, as we're looking at those nouns, let's see if there are any of the words in front of those nouns that will answer the questions, which one, what kind, how many, or whose. Again, which one, what kind, how many, or whose. One more time. Which one, what kind, how many, or whose. So, what kind of brother, or which one? Not my older brother, not my twin brother, but my younger brother. So we would circle younger and draw an arrow from younger to brother. And then, is that it for brother? What about which one? Not her brother or his brother or their brother, my brother. Okay, my and younger both describe the word brother. Is there anything that describes glass? What kind of glass? Large, okay? It wasn't just a small glass. No, it was a large glass, which is, that helps to color the sentence. Because we could just say, my brother drank water. Well, that's great, but I want to see him drinking water. I know that sounds really weird, but my younger brother, so this little boy, drank a large glass. So you think of this little kid with this big, wide cup, a large glass of cool water. You go, you can just see this little boy doing that. So anything else for glass? Good. Some of you remembered. Don't forget a, and the. A, and the are always adjectives. A, and the. Don't forget. And then what about water? Yeah, it wasn't lukewarm water. It wasn't warm water. It wasn't hot water. Cool water. So cool describes water. Remember how we did those, right? Okay, so now let's do our second one. The teacher told an exciting story about two brave children. So what are our nouns? Obviously, teacher. Yes, good. Story, good. A story is a thing. And children, they are people, right? Persons, places, or things. So children are people, teacher's a person, and story is a thing. Anything that describes teacher. Nothing that describes it, but what adjective is there? Yes, the is always an adjective. Always look for a, and, or the. Whenever you're in the beginning, whenever you have a noun, a lot of times if it doesn't have like a colorful adjective like these, it might just have a, and, or the. So always look for that in the beginning. Story, what kind of story? Yeah, it wasn't a boring story. It was an exciting story. And the word "and," always look for that because it's probably going to be there. Then children. What kind of children? Brave children. Is that it? Okay, some of you are, yes. How many? Which one? What kind? How many? Or whose? So how many answers two children. How many children? 2, not 5, not 4, not 1, 2. And what kind? Brave children. Whose? Don't forget whose. That's one that we forget often. That green bowl is full of sweet, ripe oranges. Bowl and oranges is our nouns. They are our nouns. What describes bowl? What kind of bowl? Which one actually? Because it could be the green one, it could be the blue one, it could be the gray one, it could be the white one. Which one? The green bowl. And then which one again? That one, not this one, that green bowl, that bowl, okay? That is describing bowl. What is describing oranges? Right, what kind? Ripe, thankfully. And what kind? Sweet. So both sweet and ripe are describing oranges. And we have just found all of our nouns and circled all of our adjectives for all of those sentences. Good job, elbow bump, good. All right, now I want us to look down at the bottom half, and we are going to do something a little different for that one. We are going to this time underline the verbs, and you underline them twice, and then we're going to circle our adverbs. So let's look. Yesterday, Mr. Hall dug his garden. What is our verb? Yesterday, Mr. Hall dug his garden. Dug. Dug is something you can do. You can dig, okay? So he dug his garden, and that's our verb. Now we need to ask how, when, or how often. Okay, remember? So don't get it confused with adjectives, which one, what kind, how many, or whose. This one is how, when, or how often. Okay, so when did he dig his garden? Yesterday. Yes, very good. Don't forget. Yesterday is describing when he dug. He dug yesterday. Good. Matt hit the baseball hard. Hit is our verb. Underline it twice, just like we would always do. And then hit how, not hit what, because it's how, when, or how often. Okay? So baseball is not going to be it. He hit how? Hard. Right. Hard is describing how he hit. He hit the baseball hard. Okay? Or he hit it soft. Or he hit it crazily. Okay? But he hit it hard. Crystal carefully completed her paper. What is our verb? Completed. You can complete something. Okay? And I hope that you are completing your work. And then completed how? Yes, carefully. So recognize the fact that adverbs can be anywhere in the sentence describing that verb. They can be at the beginning, they can be at the end, they can be right next to the verb. Whereas when we had our adjectives, they're going to be right in front of that noun. So that's the difference a little bit between your adjectives and adverbs. But hopefully that was a good review and you remember now how to do those correctly and carefully. Well, yesterday, remember, we had my friends Sam and Dave that visited us, and they were twins. They were twins that often said and did the same things, okay? If Sam wanted the window open, then Dave wanted the window ajar. If Sam was wet, then Dave was damp. If Sam was happy, Dave was glad. If Sam was sad, Dave was upset. And we learned that those two friends of mine were synonyms. They mean the same thing or very similar things. Well, synonyms are words that mean the same or nearly the same thing. I want you to think of some synonyms to go with these words. Think of a synonym for break. Break. Okay, destroy could be one. No, it wouldn't be fall, because I know you're thinking of something falling and that's breaking, but no. He broke the vase. He destroyed the vase. He ruined, okay, wreck, tear, okay. We could use those things. Or maybe you were thinking break as in we're going to have a break soon. We're going to have a rest soon, okay? Relaxation soon. So what break could also be rest or relaxation instead of just, something falling apart, okay? What about house? What would be a synonym for house? Yes, apartment, condo, home. Yes, very good. Anything that, you could use to talk about home or house or something like that. Good. Cold, chilly, freezing. Yes, like frosty, wintry, okay? Anything that is describing the same idea as cold, those are good. What about fast? Quick? Yes, very good. I can't even think of another one for that one. Quick, speedy, okay? Lightning. So, we can talk and use other words with that. Well, sometimes it's easy, like it was for some of those words, to think of a synonym, but sometimes it's much harder. And there's a book. They came out with a book, so we don't have to always think of our synonyms. We're able to use a book, and that book is called a thesaurus. That's a big word, but I know you can figure that out and say it correctly. What is on the bottom of this? Sorry. It just feels weird, and I don't like the feeling. Okay, never mind. Okay, so thesaurus. 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 It's not a dinosaur or anything like that. It's a book. And this book gives synonyms. So here's the word, attempt. I gotta read it this way so I can actually see. It's a verb. It means endeavor, try, seek, strive, struggle, attempted to move the table by himself, but I had to ask for help. Okay. I attempted to, that's what it is. I'm sorry, I thought that was just a line. I attempted to move the table by myself, but I had to ask for help. So as a noun, it means effort, try, endeavor, or venture. Marcy cleared 6 feet on her first attempt at the high jump. So this thesaurus is a book that gives words and it gives synonyms that will explain other ways of saying that word. So whenever you're writing a paper, you get to high school and you have my fiend, Mrs. Hovey, and you're going to write a paper for her, make it good, because I've told her all the stuff that you've learned in 3rd grade, and she's so excited to get you because she's like, they already know what similes are and metaphors. Oh my goodness, that's so exciting. They already know how to find the subject-verb agreement. Oh, my kids are having a struggle with that. I can't wait to get your 3rd grade class, so you better make me look good when you get up there. One of the ways you can do that is to use a thesaurus. Now you're thinking, well, Miss Monroe, I can't do this page because I don't have a thesaurus. Well, guess what? There is an online thesaurus. You can go to thesaurus.com, and now you have no excuses to say. And look at what it says. I don't know if you can see what it says right here. Do you see what that says? Let me see if it will zoom in on it. No. It says synonyms right there. That's what it says. It says synonyms because that's what you're doing. You're going to type in the word. So, I was having trouble with what word? Fast, right? So I can put fast in here. All you do, you don't need to do anything when you get to thesaurus. I can't even say it. Thesaurus.com. You just write in the word, click on the search, and look at all the words. Fast, agile, brisk, hot, nimble, quick, rapid, swift, accelerated, active, dashing, electric, flashing, fleeting, flying, hurried, racing, ready, snap, winged, blue streak, breakneck, chop, double time. All of these are examples of finding the word fast in a thesaurus. So we could easily find that word and know what it's talking about. So that, and find synonyms, for it. So that's what we can use in order to find many of our words. So today on your language page, it's reminding you what oh my goodness, a thesaurus is. A thesaurus is a book of synonyms. Like a dictionary, the entries are arranged in alphabetical order. Some thesauruses also include definitions. So the one that I showed you here, it includes definitions. The one online that I just used, and there are a few different ones online, but the one online that I just used, it didn't give definitions, it just gave the words, many other synonyms. So this is what you're doing for the Think exercise on page 178. Look up each word in parentheses, so the words that are in parentheses, in a thesaurus. So you can't say you don't have access. You have, oh, I just clicked the wrong thing. You have access to online thesauruses, okay? So look that up, complete each sentence by writing a synonym for the word in parentheses. Choose your word from the synonyms, okay? Don't use something your own, you know, because you could think of your own, that's great, but we want you to learn to look in the thesaurus for that. Now, the thing is, when you look at, one of the things that I was looking at was like number 6, Chloe's horse leaped over the fence. Now, if you use leaped, and the thesaurus says, oh, jump, are you going to say Chloe's horse jump over the fence? No, you would have to use the form, like jumped. So you still use the past tense form. So think that through carefully when you are adding those words in. Same thing with Mrs. Lopez is a joyful lady, okay? If you used an excitable, excitable lady, okay? Don't use that because that's not gonna write. But if you use that, I don't say excitable because we don't use with a vowel sound, we use with a consonant sound, we would have to say an. So maybe either choose a different word or you might have to add the little n in there to say an excitable lady, okay? So think that through very carefully. Use your thesaurus online, if you don't have a regular one, to come up with some good adjectives to fill in the blanks for the words that are in parentheses. All right, that's it. So look at those carefully and use those colorful words to make the sentences come more alive. And I'm excited to see what you come up with. All right, I will see you soon. Bye.